To find out if you have burnout, one of the most effective tools you can use is the 12 stages of burnout. It's a self-diagnostic tool. Simply Google it. It will come up on a variety of different publications. And you can just go through the list and see if you actually identify yourself with any of those aspects. I'll run through them now so you've got a good idea of what you should be looking for. The first stage of burnout is generally characterized by the same thing. It's where we feel compelled to want to prove ourselves. Most of us want to prove ourselves at some point in our lives. We might be starting a new job, but what we're talking about here is consistently feeling the need to want to prove ourselves. Now, of course, if you're someone who wants to prove yourself, what's the next thing you're going to do? You're going to work longer hours. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you? And then after that, you're going to think to yourself, right, why do I need to stop for a drink of water? Why do I need to stop to eat? I'm just going to keep going and keep going. And then what happens is your values start to get skewed. You start to say to yourself things like, it's more important that I finish this Excel document and this PowerPoint than if I went to my child's nativity play. I think if that starts happening to you, you've got to stop and look in the mirror and ask yourself, actually, is this the life that I want to create for myself? Now, you might find that family and friends around you might start to ask you questions about why are you spending so much time doing these things? You're not really around anymore. At this point, you're probably going to start to deny it. There's no problem to fix. Everything's completely fine. I'm enjoying my work. This is what I need to do. You start to deflect away from the important things. So you start to say things like, I'm blaming others or other situations. So you might say to other people, you know what, I'm slammed until November, but then I'll be fine, I'll take a break. November comes and goes, you're still going. And they might say, hey, what happened to that break you were going to take? No, I'll do it in January. And it keeps going and it keeps going. And by the time you take that break, what's going to happen? The first day of your annual leave, you're going to get sick because you've run yourself into the ground. When we start to get into stages 7 to 12, that's when things start to get a lot more serious and when you need to go and seek medical help. At this point, you're starting to take more risks because you're starting to feel empty inside. You start to use more distracting kind of techniques to see if there's anything left inside of you. You start to move to the point where you see people as assets and not actually as human beings. And then the depersonalization really kicks in. You don't even see yourself as whole. The inner emptiness starts to come in, and then depression. And then finally we have burnout syndrome. That is a total mental, physical, emotional collapse. It's the kind of collapse that actually rules people out of working. Many of the people we work with don't ever return back to the workplace. It's incredibly serious, and actually it's something that we all need to be much more aware of. Burnout is not a badge of honor. Being crazy busy, being exceptionally busy, that's not a sign that you are succeeding in your career. It's a sign that you are not managing yourself properly and that the workplace you're in is not enabling you to manage yourself properly. It's serious.